Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I'm checking out from Smashbox the Always On Skin Balancing Foundation. Retails for $45 for 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of product. Comes in 30 different shades. I've got it in F20C, so that is level 2 fair with a cool undertone. It is vegan, it is cruelty-free, it is described as Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation with hyaluronic acid and adaptogens, is the innovative long-wearing foundation with skin balancing oil control and hydration that supports skin instantly and over time, buildable coverage for a visibly even natural look, long 16-hour color true wear. The oil control makes me nervous because I am a dry-skinned girly, but the whole kind of thing behind this one is that it's supposed to balance you out whichever which way. We're going to find out now, aren't we? Let's take a look at F20C swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. First up is today's foundation from Smashbox, the Always On Skin Balancing Foundation in shade F20C. Definitely pink on the undertone. Second, I've got from Estee Lauder the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up is MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last, I've got from Wet n Wild the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 49-year-old face. I have primed with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which I tend to reach for when it's super dry. Literally, I woke up this morning, I checked my little humidity thingamajig in my room. It's like 19%. I had a humidifier going and it just can't keep up. It's insane. It is so dry all of a sudden. Everything hurts. My lips hurt, my face hurts, my hands feel like the wind burned. Anyway, let's take a look at the consistency on this one. Ooh, here we go. Drippy, drippy. Yeah, it's dry. It's dry and cold today. I'm going to go in on one side with a damp sponge, which I forgot to show you. The other side, I will use my BK Beauty 101 brush, still using my Ghosty Wet n Wild. I don't think he's available anymore. It was for Halloween. I'm surprised that a level 2 fair is this light. Might be a smidge too light for me. Maybe not. We'll see. I've been doing that a lot lately. Since I've been wearing like a slightly darker shade all summer, now I look at it and I feel like it's too light, and then I realize it's a perfect match, and yeah, I'm just Casper the Friendly Ghost. That is just my natural life. That blended out easily. That applied to cat hair. Ziva's climbing the back of my chair as we speak. Let's get a little look in the mirror at this one. Yeah, the shade's probably just right. What can I say? What can I say? Alright, blend it out, blend it out. Oh, sorry, Ziva. Whoopsie. She's fine, she's fine. I would say medium coverage. Light medium with the sponge first pass. Can still see some sunspots poking through, but definitely redness correction happening if you look on my chin. For sure, that is where I am the most obviously red. Let's try the brush side. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving if you're in the US. If you're not, I hope you had a good weekend. As we had our Thanksgiving here, I stayed home for Thanksgiving, although the week leading up to Thanksgiving, earlier that week, I went to Vegas because I love Las Vegas. Why do I love Las Vegas? Well, I love gaming, so there's that, but I also feel like Las Vegas is so obnoxious and loud and bright and larger than life. It's so unreal that you really can't worry about real life when you're in Las Vegas. It's just easy to use that larger than lifeness for escapism, which is what I was using it for last week. Ooh, I owe you guys a get ready with me, talk about little work updates. Yeah, I'll get to that soon, but Vegas was a blast, had a great time. Went to Fremont Street for the first time in like 20 years. There's a hotel there, and I need you, if you've been there, stayed there, to tell me in the comments. Circa? Never heard of it before, never been there, went there for the first time while we were on Fremont Street, and loved the vibe of the place. I might have to try staying there. I have a conference in April in Vegas for work that I might need to book myself at the Circa. Have you stayed there? Is it nice? Was I just enamored, or should I check it out? Let me know in the comments. This is a really nice foundation. This coverage is bravo. You know I like me some medium coverage. I don't like to see my freckles and my sunspots. Don't want to see them. Don't want to see them. That is why I like coverage. I know you guys are always coming in the comments being like, your skin's great, you don't need foundation. Yes, I like to cover things up, and that's just from being teased mercilessly as a child for my freckles and for my face getting red when I exert myself, which still happens, and also I still enjoy covering up with foundation. So yeah, I'm gonna wear foundation even if my skin is perfect. This coverage is great. Love it, love it. I don't even feel like I need to build anything up. I still have some product left, so of course you know we're gonna try and cover these sunspots over here. And we're going to try and cover up my blue blood vessel that runs right through my eyeball. And do I need any more up here? That's just a little something something. Get the redness on the chin. I think brush or sponge is totally fine with this one. They both look good, and actually the coverage looks very similar either way. Maybe a smidge higher coverage with the brush, but not a big difference. So go with your preference. I almost always prefer a brush. Sometimes I'll finish with a sponge, but honestly, I don't like to have to get up and go to the bathroom to get my sponge wet. Like, you know, sometimes I'll spray like setting spray on it and do it that way, but that's not really a good way to do it. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm seeing. The second layer on my chin got a little bit heavy, so I think this one is like go in on one pass with how much coverage you think you want and leave it there, because that was probably the best look for this foundation. This is looking very smooth over my pores and over my texture, and it looks smooth on my nose. Even though it looks a tiny bit heavy on my nose, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as is, because I think as it warms up to my body temperature and whatnot, that will probably melt together and settle down and not look as heavy. Plus, you all know I'm gonna end up blowing my nose a bunch of times today, so all that foundation's gonna be gone anyway. It's settling just a smidge into my nose pores, but not anything major, nothing I'm really concerned about right now. Forehead looks quite smooth, actually. I'm kind of surprised at the smoothing that is going on. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've had pretty good luck with Smashbox foundations in the past. I haven't worn them lately. I'm going to put just a tiny bit more on my nose because I over buffed it, and I think that is contributing to the polka dots. Yes, that is helping. So don't over buff. This one seems like once it sets down, it wants to be left alone. So go in with your first pass. It didn't set super fast, so you've got plenty of time to work with it. But once you've got it on, I would say don't go up and build it again. Don't apply more. Don't keep buffing. Like, once it's there, get it in place, leave it. That's probably the best move. Probably because of the long wear nature of this one. It's got a set down to it. I used most of what I had pumped out there, so that is a good thing. Let's check the time. 11:06. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I will be right back. Back with the Smashbox always on, no trouble blending. I am wearing, if I was gonna show you, but I put it away. The Fiera Luxury Concealer, no trouble blending that into the foundation. Did not set anything with powder. Rest of my face, I've got the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow Highlight, Balm Desert Bronzer, Natasha Denona, My Dream, just the blush from the Cheek Trio. On my eyes, I can't quit this What's Up Dragon Eye palette. I brought it with me to Vegas. I wore it all week. I got so many compliments on my eyeshadow. This palette is gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. And it's a dragon and it's so cool. The camera is not picking up the reflect very well, but I promise you, both the eyeshadows and the packaging are just gorgeous. Urban Decay 24/7 waterline pencil. Brows are the Lawless Hold Up soft set brow wax. Mascara, how did I lose it already, is Color Street Triflex. My lip is the ColourPop Ultra Blotted in Still an Icon, which will get some gloss put on it after it is set down. I had started to put some liquid liner on, but then my tattoo liner, my KVD tattoo liner was dried out because I haven't worn liquid liner in forever. So, I mean, I may have a little bit on there, maybe not really very much at all. I think that's all that's going on my face. Ziva says hi. I'm gonna go about my day, which means I'm gonna go get a sandwich. Then I'm gonna go to work. Then I'm gonna hopefully remember to do the daylight check-in, preferably in between my first and my second class, but sometimes I forget or I get busy in between, so maybe it'll be early. I don't know. I'm gonna try to remember to do that before it gets dark out, since it gets dark out like at noon. I'm exaggerating, but I don't like winter. I did get my Christmas lights up yesterday before it got dark out, though. Yeah, okay, that's a thing. Going to work, gonna go do the day, gonna go have a day with my face, and hopefully it'll be a wonderful day, and I will come back tonight and give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, I get you my daylight check-in right here in front of my Jeep because I never did go get a sandwich, and I never did go to work because my Jeep won't start. So here we are in some direct sunlight. It looks pretty doggone good, I'm thinking. I'll move over here, see if I can get in some shade. I cannot find shade. Okay, this is as shady as it's gonna get, so yeah, looks okay. Waiting for a tow truck. It is 8:56 p.m. Yes. That puts us right around the 10-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation held up. Well, first I'll just tell you a story about the Jeep. The Jeep is running again. But I have a feeling this is not the end of the story. You ever get the feeling, for the women out there, that when discussing something like car problems with a man, that you're just being dismissed? Yeah, so they replaced my batteries in the key fob, but there was more to the story than the key fob not detecting, because I had another key fob that worked, and then I still had to jump start the Jeep. And it failed to jump several times, and I finally was able to jump start it. So, like, there's more to the story, but he stopped at key fob, replaced my key fob batteries, and I'm like, but I had to jump start the Jeep. Just nothing else got heard after key fob not recognized. So, I have a feeling I probably also need a new battery in my Jeep. It is 4 years old. Hopefully that's all it is, but I think I'm gonna go get that checked out by somebody else, because, oh my god. Anyway, so the Jeep is running for the moment. We'll see if it starts tomorrow. Back to the foundation. It's been a day. My head is killing me. It took all the way until, what time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. I've been home for about 2 hours. It took all day. Just, anyway. I think the foundation's beautiful. The only thing I'm not a fan of right now is how it's breaking down on my chin. It's doing that thing where it like sort of gunks up and cakes up and separates. And it's only doing it on my chin, and I don't know why, because I didn't get to eat all day until like 5:30. And I only had one meal today. I did have to blow my nose, so the coverage on my nose is disastrous as usual, but that is my doing. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm seeing. The coverage stayed put beautifully. Blush bronzer highlight my forehead. They basically look untouched. They look as good as they did upon initial application. I do still think this is very nicely blurring to pores and very nicely blurring and smoothing to texture. It's just that bit on my chin where all the redness is kind of coming through because I can see the product bunched up in little spots. So it didn't wear very well on my chin, but every place else it has worn wonderfully well. Hasn't budged, no settling into lines. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't seem cakey. I think the hydration that's in it is plenty. We are, like I said earlier, in extremely dry climate right now. I just got back from a week in Vegas, so I'm as dehydrated as humanly possible, both from being in the desert and from alcohol. So I think for dry skin, you're probably in pretty good shape. I do not feel like it's drying or uncomfortable on me at all. For maturing skin, it's not settling into lines. It's not really doing anything that we don't want, like accentuating lines or accentuating texture. It's doing a nice job blurring all those things out. So if I had to give a grade to the Smashbox Always On, I don't even think my chin is enough to make it an A-. I think I'm going to go a nice mid-range A. I think it's beautiful. I like the coverage. It was super easy to apply. They have a bunch of shades. It's lovely. I think it's lovely. I'll see if a different primer or something like that will make the chin behave a little bit better. But yeah, really nice. I do have pretty good luck with Smashbox. I just haven't worn them in quite some time. Were they always cruelty-free? I feel like they weren't, and I looked it up because the Ulta website said they were, and several sources say they are. So I must have just missed that somehow. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you want to see next? I still have a few foundations that I purchased in the Sephora sale that I will be rolling through and getting on my face as soon as possible. Let me know which ones you would like to see first. I keep a running list. I buy them whenever I can. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.